What up,
hey
gang?
guys?
So, our last video, we got on the subject of bread. Bread came up. That video wasn't
bread.
about bread, but it came
still
up.
Get on,
one of you guys sent us a recipe, and we're going to get on that soon. Also, I told y'all D got a bread maker, and she's going to start making some bread. So, this video came up as a suggestion, which is really good because we're going to start... Well, D's going to start making bread.
I always wanted to make
bread.
also
I'm going to just taste
sourdough.
the bread. I'm just going to taste it.
But they say sourdough is so hard to make, so I don't know if I want to try that one.
I don't know until you try. So this is saying how Americans ruin bread. It's great to know. But a lot of Americans now, it's crazy because like a lot of Americans now are starting to make their own bread because they found out how bad our bread really is.
Side note, never have I ever, did I ever know that it is so easy to make bread. Like if I didn't have a bread maker, it's actually really, it's like simple ingredients.
I think it's just the kind, like, cause our
But I think it's the time consumingness of it. But also, the only thing they said also is that like, because it's so, I guess, natural, like, you have to hurry up and eat it or it goes bad fast. And
I think it's just a times we live in now. Everything's, like, fast. Like, you don't got time to do nothing from scratch and all that. So I think that's what's playing a huge part, too. But
let's dive in.
Let's see how bad we ruin bread.
I love bread. There is so much good bread in France.
And although man doth not live by bread alone, without it, the meal seems
bread just looks good. Like the way it just looks.
On every corner, there is a bakery that is pumping out delicious, fresh, well-made bread.
It's so fresh.
This is not easily available to me, and I want to know why. Why is it that the bread that I can get easily looks very, very different?
Yes.
Why is it that the U.S. sucks at making bread? In fact, let me just show you what that looks like.
That is true. You have access to getting, at their corners, you have access to different kinds of breads and bakeries, right? At every corner at where we stay at, not where we stay at, but like in towns everywhere else, it's a freaking gas station or...
drugs.
Or gas station with like junk food and stuff like that, like all that extra stuff. And there's a Starbucks at every corner or a coffee place or something.
Because they want to kill us.
But it's like, I want to go to that. But then my thing is like, how do you know what bakery to go to? Like, they probably looking at you like, wow, you couldn't come to ours? You know?
They want to kill us this way.
Okay, wait, it's 12 hours earlier. Still back in the U.S. I'm actually at a grocery store right now.
Is he a Wingo? Oh, no, that's Target. That's Target.
This is how a lot of us Americans get our bread.
Yeah.
This is so depressing the way he walked in there.
But to be fair, there is bakeries.
No,
why don't we go to bakeries though? For real, why don't we? We literally, now that I think about it, don't come for me, but we literally live like 3 minutes away from
because
one.
they be taxing on their bread. That's why. It'd be $15 a loaf. I don't got time. Need economy. I'm gonna go get that cheap bread.
My favorite part is when they make this plastic look like it's steaming. It's just like foggy plastic to be like, this was just baked right now. And it's like, no, this was actually baked like 3 weeks ago in a factory in like Connecticut.
It's even made with real butter.
Always buy Wonder Bread. You'll be glad.
That's why I hate
the reason
that
I'm
bread.
purchasing this bread is
I
because
so hyped about
I want to bring it with me to France, just to like have an example lesson, and I may use it as a pillow because it's literally as soft as a Nova foam pillow. Some of this bagged bread is made with ingredients that are literally illegal in the EU.
Back to France, let's do it.
There's nothing more American than
Look
Wonder
at
Bread.
it. It's like a freaking keychain. He's so stupid.
I'm going to France.
Surprised they didn't tell him to throw it away.
Go there, try this bread and tell me what you think.
In case you're wondering, yes, any video from Paris must include music like this. Nice, gentle cafe accordion music.
Wow.
There's my composer Tom making it right now.
It's pretty cool.
It's just so good. Okay, so yeah, we know that France is good at bread and the US sucks at it. Is this just another video where I shit on the USA for being terrible at certain things? Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. But hear me out, I actually have something to say here. I believe that bread is a really important symbol for a bigger cultural phenomenon in the US, and that's what I want to talk about today. Where industrialized bread came from, why it exists, and how some people are trying to change it. I'll get to that explanation, but first I'm gonna go into that bakery over there and buy myself a large ball of butter and flour stuffed with chocolate. Oh, and Tom, can you throw in a beat to this accordion music, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Any questions?
Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
walking with a
Why
bread.
bread? There's a million other things I could talk about that are better in other parts of the world, but it turns out that bread is the most important prepared food that humans have ever made, and therefore it is worth talking about. So, let me explain in under a minute the overview of the tens of thousands of years of history of bread and its chemistry and why it's so important. Don't think I can do it in under a minute? Check this out. 12,000 years ago, humans realized that they could plant this grass instead of just foraging for it. This grass was called wheat, and when it was ground up with a stone, it made this powder that, if you put water with it, creates this stretchy, goopy thing that has a bunch of sugar from the flour that's been released. Oh look, wow. All the bacteria in the air love this sugary goop. Nice. And they descend to feast on it, burping out gas as they eat. Whoa, the gas can't float up into the air because it's getting trapped in this stretchy ball of goop, like a balloon, like a pillow, like magic. Magic. All this feasting and burping is making it rise and turn into a pillowy thing that is way bigger than it was. Put this blob next to some fire, and all of the little bubbles that were just created turn hard. Wait, all of this can happen because of this one grass? Yes. Cool, let's plant a lot more of this grass and build all of human civilization off of it, said humans.
You know what's crazy that I just thought about?
Okay, so how do you make white bread then? What is white bread?
It's probably bleached.
Oh, because I'm like, wheat bread is...
Because they have bleached flour and all that stuff, so I'm pretty sure it's bleached. I was going to say, what's crazy is, it's branching off what you said earlier, how simple bread is to make. That's how you know America's messed up. It's a simple task, a simple thing to make. And I guarantee America put this spin and all this crap to change it. Like, it was probably simple ingredient, like it was.
Okay, for example, like, not like, what I realized that someone said it, and I genuinely thought about it, and I was like, what the French? It blew my mind. So back when we were younger, if bread sat in your house for about a couple of days, it got molded quick. Now we experimented, we did it.
It could sit there for a minute.
It was in our house for probably...
It was weeks.
Yeah, it was like weeks.
It was the butt end of the bread because we don't eat that part. We was like, all right, we're just gonna leave it there, and it survived.
Nothing. It's
and
still soft.
It was
fine. And I'm like...
But then we go buy, like, fresh bread, like croissant. It lasts, like, 3 days in our house.
So, like, the croissant breads, like, that you get from, like, Sam's Club, that it's the croissants, right? And it's in the box. Like, if we leave that, I don't know, like, we just leave it on a counter, 3 days, like, it's covered in mold and everything. It's like, what the... We just bought this. Like, do they expect us to eat the whole thing in one day?
I don't even think bread has an expiration date on it. Like, the packaging.
That is true.
I think back
but
in the
I
day,
do remember, like, my mom back in the day, she used to be like, hurry up, make sure you eat that bread because it's going to go bad. And I'm just like... And now, it's like, when we get bread, it's like...
No, I think back then it was printed. Like, it had an expiration.
I don't remember.
On the plastic. I remember it was, like, in black lettering.
But it's crazy, still, regardless. Like, it went from feeling like you had real bread. You know, you pay that extra cent for the real bread. But now it's like... Maybe because we don't get... I don't know. Maybe because we get regular bread. I don't know what's supposed to get regular bread or not. But...
I just try to get the nice fancy bread that's in there. It looks fancy. I don't know if it does.
Then go to a bakery. I don't think it does. I've been trying to go to a bakery.
I'm not paying $50 for a loaf.
Especially because the loaves, you get like what? Like 10 slices, if that. And the only thing is, like $20. We love bread. So...
That's all we got bread making now.
I know.
$20.
So that is bread, like the oldest and most important prepared food item that humans have ever invented. Eventually, humans got really good at doing this bread, flour, water, yeast thing. And especially here in France, they took it really seriously and have created a whole culture around making bread delicious and amazing.
But if I'm right, I thought bread was bad for you.
Well, probably not how they make it. Probably with the crap we get in the store that can't digest properly. Eating air, styrofoam is what we eating. Really think about it.
Imagine all that bread. Like
that's why I don't mess with bread like that. I'm trying to tell you.
That bread looks so good.
I'll be trying to tell you.
And you can see that they've continued that culture today just by the number of bakeries that exist in this city. There are 30,000 independent bakeries in France. Compare that to the 3,000 that are in the United States. And then remember that the US has like a much larger population. And if you do all the math, you see that France has 50 times more bakeries per capita than the United States.
Like
50 times. I mean, that is such a clear indication of how much they value good bread that is baked a certain way.
Here with Mr. Local over here. Yeah. Local French food in France.
Yes. 94% of Parisians live less than 5 minutes away from a bakery.
Dang.
And
That's
that shows you they care. They care. It's like you hear stuff like that, and you're like, this is their priority.
Yeah.
And the culture of
like, you know how when you like think about it, like when they go buy a house, they're like, is it by a bakery? That's on my list. That's my top. It has to be by a bakery. Where us, we're like, what's the top schools or where's the nearest grocery store? Theirs is like, no, I want to make sure there's a bakery of walking distance.
I thought I was an adult in the USA. I think if I go over there, walking into a bread bakery like that, I would be a real adult. You know, look at all these nice breads that are
That's
in here.
fancy adulting.
They probably have to like kick me out. He's been here for a long time.
You'd be a regular.
He hasn't bought anything yet.
They know you
Let
by
me
your
admire.
name.
I'd be like, let me admire the bread first. Let me look at all these breads, and I'll let you know what I need. Exactly. I would be getting history on the bread. Like, exactly. How was this bread made?
That's also true. Like, I wonder if there's people that has been there since the bakery was there. Imagine going and you're like, you're a loyal customer. Like, I know you. I seen you grow up. I seen your kids grow up. Like, you know those old school movies where they do that. Like, oh yeah.
eating is just as much important here as how like the ingredients are sourced and prepared and whatnot.
Yeah.
People don't eat while rushing towards their next meeting or whatever. Like, it's very much, no, you sit down, you make it a thing. It's just a part of the way of life here.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a piece of bread.
People come into the laundries almost on a daily basis, and they check in with each other. It's like, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm doing great. This is what's happening.
Why? That is the question. Why are these bread cultures so different? And the answer comes down to what America was founded on. I mean, a reminder that America is a country founded by a bunch of people who left their country to go make a new life, to do things differently, to do things more individualistically. And the way that expressed itself for a really long time was mechanization, industrialization. And to be clear, in the history, Britain was as much to blame for all of this mechanizing of bread as America was.
That's insulting.
But anyway, we're talking about the USA for a little bit. So by the 1920s, you had this machine that was invented, an automatic bread slicer. Hello, convenience, innovation, America.
It's always America, fast and quick.
No more serrated knife versus a tough, crusty loaf. Now the machine will do it for you. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh, so that's where we're at. This is the greatest thing, says America. And Europe was like, wait, yeah, we like machines too, but like not for bread. Slice this bread and you make your bread spoil faster. We don't need a machine for sliced bread.
Well, and it makes sense now.
That's the secret
now it makes
formula.
sense. So
Don't
if it's
slice
whole,
my bread.
Yeah, if it's whole, it lasts longer because it's like it's nothing in there. But once it becomes sliced, it's like it gets in there.
We always gotta do stuff. That's what's crazy. Like, why not just leave it alone? Why we gotta slice it faster?
Also, too, though, I feel like
America's always in a rush.
Why can't we have our own loaf? You know, like, what if I want to slice a big slice for French toast? You know, like the big thick ones. Or what if I want a small one?
Because America's always in a rush. They can't. Everything's fast.
Yeah.
The automatic slicer was just the beginning for America.
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
Now that we have sliced bread that, yes, spoils faster, let's make it, I don't know, not spoil as fast. One way to do this is to take the part of the wheat berry that has oils in it, the husk and the bran, and get rid of it. Focus on the big, carb-loaded berry in the middle. But there had to be a more industrial solution to make the bread last longer, to be whiter, to be softer. And it's the 1950s, and Europe is like, whoa, dude, America, chill out. Like, bread is just bread. We've been doing this for literally tens of thousands of years. Let's just like stick to the program. And America's like, no. So America starts adding all of this stuff to their bread, bleaches and dough conditioners. And suddenly they're putting their bread into controlled chambers so that it will be hot enough to rise faster. And they're putting preservatives in so that their bread can now sit on a shelf for not just 1 or 2 days like it should, but 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, a whole week, and it's still soft. It is still white. It is still spongy and delicious. But it now has 15 ingredients instead of 3. And it's cheap and convenient and stable, and America is loving this, and Europe is like, whoa. You took this way too far.
Right. So would you rather spend $15 or have something with 15 ingredients?
They're not paying $15 for their bread over there.
I'm saying out here because ours is 15 ingredients. You rather spend $15 or have 15 ingredients?
I'm not paying $15 for bread. I don't care how you spend it. That is ridiculous. Y'all, the reason why I'm saying this, I know everybody will come in and say, I am a healthy person, okay? But listen, the way our economy is set up over here, if y'all keep up with American news, in America, and we live in California, if you don't know,
now you know.
You know. California is expensive. is I don't know what. If you think I got time to go look for $15 bread loaves in the bakery, you gotta be kidding me. No. I just won't eat the bread at this point.
Look, also,
don't give me no bread.
Also, if you live in the UK or France or, other places that, they love bread like this, let us know down below in the comment section, what is the price average for bread?
Probably cheap.
Like for a loaf, for a baguette, or roast or something. Like, we gotta know the price difference.
They got 30,000 bakeries. I'm pretty sure it's cheap. We got 4,000.
3,
That's why our stuff is 3, even worse. So that's why it's so expensive. They got it every block you go to.
Okay, but they are small family.
They got bread like we got liquor stores.
So they probably feel like we still gotta make a living.
They got bread like we got liquor stores.
I said that.
You said gas stations.
Same thing.
Liquor store.
It's the same thing.
Let them know it's a liquor store. Not a gas. They go like, oh good, you got a gas on each corner. That's good for it.
Well, I call liquor stores gas stations because that's where you get the liquor.
This is not bread anymore. And indeed, I would argue that this is not bread anymore.
It ain't.
This is a bread-like substance. It's a different product made from a different process, and yet we use the same word for it. If you want to know more about what's inside of this kind of bread, I was actually here making this video when I stumbled upon a video from one of my favorite YouTubers, Adam Ragusia, that's like a deep dive into all of the ingredients in this kind of industrial bread. Definitely go check it out. Some bread in the US has taken it so far that they will put in additives that keep it spongy and soft, or that keep it really white, even though these additives are known to like cause cancer and inflame asthma and do all of these terrible things. Many of these additives that are legal to be put in American bread are literally illegal in Europe.
I'll take it back. I might have to go buy that $15 loaf. I might have to go get that $15 loaf. I might have to drop $15 on a loaf, y'all, because that's crazy. I always knew it, but like hearing it now just did it differently. Like
yeah.
I'm not trying to be healthy and die from bread. Like just that one slice. No, can't get taken out.
This is
it.
This how you wanted to take me out?
This Wonder Bread did it.
It Wonder.
That's why I'm here. I'm in heaven because of the Wonder Bread.
That's horrible.
In many other countries, azodicarbonamide
See, when you can't pronounce something, that's what I like.
is one of them. This is a whitening agent. But you know what? This product, ADA, also helps other things stay softer, like yoga mats. ADA is in yoga mats to make them spongy and soft, and it is banned in the EU and many other countries. Our obsession with convenience, cheapness, softness, shelf life has led us down a really dangerous path, and yet we're totally okay with it somehow. This is why I think bread is a useful symbol for broader American culture. It shows us how far we're willing to go to prioritize things like cheapness and convenience over tried and true methods that have been baked into culture.
Of course, industrialized bread exists here as well. It doesn't have some of the carcinogenic ingredients that are not allowed in the EU, but it still has all of the dough conditioners, bleaches, still artificially risen, all of that. The difference is that it is rare. It is much more rare here. What is much more common is the ability to go to your local bakery and get bread that only has a few ingredients. And it's the ingredients that humans have been using for tens of thousands of years to make this staple food.
The feeling that I generally have is that this is how it should be. And then when I go elsewhere and you have other kinds of bread that last kind of bizarre amounts of time, you're like, this is not really how it should be. You get calibrated.
Not to cut them off, but it's so crazy looking at that picture or that video, that part of the video. It's like, we have so many bread options.
And that's all probably the same crap. Honestly, if you look at the ingredients, it's probably the same crap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that,
one thing my
But now I feel like I'm looking at it in a different aspect, because I feel like when I go to the grocery store, like, I don't mean to be that person, but sometimes like it's just like you have to look at the ingredients of this bread compared to this bread. Like now I have to go see like that word. I know it's something with an O, like something. But now I'm like, when I go to the store to get bread, I'm gonna look.
Well, now it's this big app everybody's using. I gotta look it up on. I've seen it on TikTok now.
I know
you can scan it and it'll tell you what's in.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I have heard it, and it'll kind of like give you like a color code and be like, this is okay or not okay. Yeah,
I learned from my dad early. He taught me this early, and I just stuck with the game plan. He used to tell me, like, people who rich, like the people who like producing this crop that's rich, what they eat it. That's what he always said. Like, ask them, they not. He said they not, but they'll sell it to you. He said go to their house and their table and sit at dinner with them. They eating the fanciest of fancies. Like, anybody who got money eating the greatest of the greatest. Organic, the best bread, but they'll sell it to you. That's what the problem is. Sell it to you in a heartbeat. They won't eat it, but you'll be right there. Let me get that Wonder Bread. While they eating nice, fresh served French bread. A nice croissant.
Rated to kind of this new standard here, and it kind of ruins you.
Turns out Paris is low-key one of the most bikeable cities I've ever been in, but it used to not be like that. Like last time I was here, it was not this bikeable. I smell some urban design policy changes afoot here. Someone tried to change this in the US a few years ago, a company called Panera.
What could be better than a visit to Panera Bread?
Tried to bring like European bread culture to the United States. And they did. They had high quality, delicious bread. But what happens next is potentially the best metaphor for America.
Changing stuff.
I like money.
They got a business loan so they could expand. And then they got investors and they started to expand and scale. And then they were purchased in a massive merger. And now they're planning to go public on the public stock exchanges. Like they just became a massive corporation who does not focus on making quality artisan bread. Instead, they're now just a machine pumping out bread that kind of looks and feels like European bread, but is now done in a uniform, mass-produced, industrialized process, all in the name of scale and profit.
Money.
Wow, they have it. Canned bread.
So the question is, why does this matter? Like, am I just being a snob who's like, traditional bread is better and therefore everyone should have it and I hate America?
That was snobby. You're a snob.
No, I'm not.
Kind of, yeah. But also, it actually makes a difference in how it goes into your body. The beauty of bread always was that you could put this goop out in the air and bacteria would come down and start to feast on it and kind of start the digestion process. That is what natural fermentation does, is it starts to break down the wheat and make it ready to go into your body. The way that we make bread in America doesn't really leave time for this.
Call it bread?
We use heat and chemicals to speed this process up, to make it rise faster, to make it rise bigger in an artificial, synthetic way. And so you're actually getting a much inferior product to what original bread making looks like and what it produces. Yes, it lasts longer. Yes, it tastes like chewy, pillowy, sugary heaven, but it's not bread the way that humans have been eating it for tens of thousands of years. Convenience, scale, independence.
I think that's why like I'm a little nervous for my bread maker, because when I make my first loaf, it's like, is it gonna taste totally different? Or is it still gonna taste the same as regular bread?
No, because when you get some good bread, it don't taste the same. Like we just had some bread right now. We had Mediterranean food for lunch today, and their bread.
That was not bread. That was naan.
That's not technically naan. It's still a bread. The texture of the bread is still great. When you go somewhere and they give you bread, fresh bread. Look at when you go to the pizza spot we go to, where they give you the bread with the oil, CPK.
Oh yeah.
That bread don't taste like your bread at home. That nice loaf that comes to the table, they give you that nice little French roll. It's dipped in there. It tastes great. Heaven. Now go dip your bread in the kitchen in some oil and tell me how it tastes.
Yeah.
Like sponges. Tastes like a scrub mommy.
That is what we love in America. We love shelf life. We love industrialized efficiency. And to me, yeah, all that stuff is super great because it means we get to live these wonderful, prosperous, convenient lives. But I think we lose something really big when we focus on those as the priorities as opposed to quality and community and culture. Last thing I'll say here is that this is slowly changing. You have a movement in the US of people making some of the best bread in the world using the most traditional methods and ingredients. In these big cities, you have amazing bakeries doing bread that is on par with anything you could get in Europe. And that kind of blows my mind. The problem is, and my critique, is that that is still so rare and specialty and really only available to people who live in big urban areas. And meanwhile, the rest of us, the most accessible bread to us is this industrial, mass-produced garbage.
Belongs in the trash.
And that is enough to make me pretty frustrated.
Crazy thing is, I think I forgot to mention is, a while back we purchased some bagels from a lady, like fresh bagels. She made them straight from her home, And I will say, those bagels tasted so different compared to the store-bought bagels. And I even told him, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they were so good. Another side note, I'm going to attempt to make bagels too with my bread machine. But also, back to my conversation, she even said it herself. She was like, they have to be eaten within like a week or something. And then she's like, they have to stay in the fridge. Or I forgot, like, she had some stuff, like, some little, like, rules of the bagels. And I'm like, that is so crazy. Like, those were some good bagels.
Who would have known a bread video would piss me off? That's what's crazy. Like, we react to food over here, like what they do to our food. But who would have known a simple bread video
it's the real,
would
it's
piss
the
me off
after
my Raiders won today.
Eating yoga mats. That's what it is.
After my Raiders won today, they usually the ones that stress me out on my Sundays. Some bread comes today and says, "Hello, let me ruin your day." That's stupid.
I'm telling you, I'm not even lying to you.
I'm about to go to the bread aisle.
Yes!
I'm about to punch every bread in the aisle. Every bread is getting punched.
I was going to say, I'm going to look at the ingredients. I was not resorting to violence.
So if y'all see me on the news, y'all favorite YouTuber, of course, punching bread, going to jail.
All you see is in the video is him going boom, boom, boom,
it's
boom.
It's me, y'all.
All the breads are broke and everything.
Don't be alarmed. I'm not a violent person. I just got to release my anger from this video on the bread. Don't eat it, y'all. I'm just going there and punch the heck out of the bread. Don't eat it. With Tish in the bread aisle. I'm going to be in there with a sign. Don't eat the sponge.
I remember as a kid, like, my mom was so anal when it came to bread. Don't smash the bread. And now like, remember when you accidentally, like, smashed it a little bit so it wouldn't be like that one shape? And oh my God, that made her flip her lid.
Do it now. It go back to the regular size.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
I don't believe
Our daughter
that.
smashed something and our bread was on the counter. It was regular.
I don't believe
I
that.
promise
so if
you.
I get a piece of bread and I do this.
It might not go back with
Thank
like
you.
that. But I'm saying our daughter smashed them in the cart, and I was like, "Oh, you messed it up." And now that bread is perfectly in the size it was. Go look at our bread right now. That's the one she smashed. Go look at it.
She didn't smash it then.
Yes, she did. It had a crease in it, and it was flat on one side. Now it's back to the regular size.
So you knew that and still bought it.
It didn't get bigger until we got back home.
So you were willing to buy crushed bread.
How long have you been eating bread before this video? And now all of a sudden you.
I mean, if it's a crushed bread, I'm gonna take it back and go get a fresh one.
All of a sudden, your daughter smashed it. It was her fault.
So you should just went and got another one.
I was already at the checkout. I was scanning the items. I'm about to go back and go get bread. I'm gonna eat it. My mom said you're gonna eat it anyway. That's how I always brought up.
You say that, but you don't eat the butt.
That's horrible.
It's the same thing.
But says it all.
Oh my gosh.